back to the Stache and Beard Show. I'm Austin Pistulka. This is Alan Pilley.
What's up, guys?
Oh, you went back to
I
it?
did. I had to.
I'm
out of bitch.
Well, hey, I'm glad we were able to find our limit, apparently. All right. This is the Stache and Beard Show where we talk about fitness and other things and swear a lot so Jody can go f*** himself.
That's pretty much what our job is.
Why you?
You're the editor. You're the editor. Yeah.
So, we talked earlier this week about showering in the Super Bowl. We talked about what lifts we're going to do. But now I want to talk about a lift that I saw on Instagram, which, holy shit, okay? Dan Bell, I didn't really know the story of Dan Bell until I did the Perfect Storm meet last year as a play-by-play guy, as much play-by-play as powerlifting can be, and saw him lift in his first multiply meet, and he fucking killed it. And finding out all about him since then, I have met him. Dan Bell is an incredible human being, and I saw on Instagram that he just bench pressed 600 motherfucking pounds. Yeah. Okay,
raw. By the way,
yeah. Let that sink in for a moment. Yeah. Raw. Like, this dude is huge, and so I've heard bits and pieces of what's going on. He's got a meet coming up February 20th.
Yep, February 20th. It's the Hybrid Showdown down in Miami, Florida.
And what's he going for?
So, speculation, for what we've heard from rumors, because he's not much of a talker. He's more of a shower.
Yeah.
From what I have heard, he's trying to put up an 1,100-pound squat, 600-pound bench, and he's pulled 900 multiple times in meets for a combined total of 2,600 pounds, is what I've heard.
Raw?
Raw. And he's going to be in knee wraps for this meet.
Okay.
Which is a big difference between knee sleeves and knee wraps. However, I got everything written up there. His knee sleeve squat, not his best ever, but what he did in this meet, is 1,003. His knee wrap squat is 1,063.
Oh, really?
1,063. The dude just hit 1058, 1060, 1055 in pounds a couple weeks ago, and could have smoked it for a double, if not a triple. But he just did it for a single with ease.
Didn't he hit he came into CTX and hit 1,005 like it was nothing?
Yeah, and then went up past that. I can't remember what that weight was, but he did that to kind of help push. Was it 1,065? Yep, 1,065 he did here. Just did 1055 up at Storm a couple weeks ago. Like I said, and could have doubled or tripled it. Mm-hmm. Staying reserved, keeping himself healthy to go take this meet.
So, and the reason, obviously he wants to just go and get the biggest numbers he can, but another guy took his world record?
Yep, Peter Petros. So shortly after Dan took the total at in Gainesville, 25:18. Peter came out and he totaled 25:57 by way of 10:36, 6:39, and 8:81.
Holy cow!
So, and Dan now getting set to take that record back via, like I said, what looks to be 1,100, 600, and 900. Probably 903, 1,102 on the kilo, and I can't remember what 600 is going to be in the kilos. 603, 604, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So,
but the way his training is looking, and the way his training's looked in the past, and how he's performed on meet day, this should happen.
This feels like
because he's a very consistent lifter.
It's never a sure thing. Like when you step up to a platform, anything can happen, especially with weights like these.
Correct.
However, Dan Bell is consistent. Was the perfect word for it.
He is consistently in his training shown you guys what things are going to be on the platform, and he's he trains. Which is indicative of a great lifter. You go and you train, you put all the puzzle pieces together to go put your best performance on the platform, and he's done that and done that and done that and done that and done that.
Yeah.
Very smart lifter, very gifted lifter, very strong lifter. And so if, the, what's the word I'm looking for? Times are still the same the way they have been, whatever there's a word for that, then here's what we could absolutely see happening. 2,600 pound total raw with knee wraps.
Here's the deal. Dan, I'm talking right to you. Not that I know if you watch the show or not. But if you want to be on this show, you got to get 2,600, all right? If you don't get that total, sorry, man. You missed the cut.
I would like to say, f*** that. I would like to have you on the show regardless. of getting 2,600 or not. I think it would be pretty epic to have you on the show. So there's that, Dan.
Yeah.
So either way, we want you on the show.
Absolutely, of course. This is all bullshit, and I'm just going to post it on Instagram so that way he can
to see us,
just to see,
right? But all jokes aside, that meet happens February 21st. I think he's going to lift on that Sunday.
Yeah.
So if anybody's tuning in, that should be a live streamed meet. So tune into Hybrid Performance for that, and then keep following everybody.
Absolutely.
All over the place. You, me, Dan, obviously.
Yeah.
Hybrid.
Because we're all going to be watching and
Steffi
talking
Cohen.
about it.
Follow Steffi Cohen. She owns Hybrid. So all that stuff, like getting ready for that meet. And we'll also be down there anyway, because on February 20th, we'll be over at Iron Compound, owned by Sean and Claudia Knowles.
For Febbrawl.
For the Febbrawl.
Yeah.
Down there, February 20th.
I love that name. I'm going to be 100% honest. I love a good
Well,
pug.
you can go check her out, but that's her logo for the meet.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's got
the iron symbol.
Jody,
Brawl,
we are
February.
definitely going to send you this.
Yeah. So we'll post that out there too. So
That's super cool.
Shout out to Sean and Claudia Knowles.
For sure.
And yeah.
So, because we've got three women competing at that.
Yep. So
At
on
the
the
Febbrawl?
20th, we've got Carrie, we've got Brittany, and we got your wife Liz. That'll be lifting at the Febbrawl meet at the Iron Compound APF meet, and then we're going to stay down that Saturday to then go over to Hybrid to watch this meet.
Yeah.
So.
Is there anyone else competing at the Hybrid meet that we need to watch, or
Danny.
Oh yeah.
Or Daniel Tinajero. He's coming out of his Raw retirement, I guess we say.
Okay.
He's doing this meet Raw.
Really?
Yeah. I don't remember the last Raw meet that he's done. We were talking funny stories from the previous episode that you and I just did. But the last Raw meet I remember him doing, I was a part of, and I went to handle him. I'd never handled him before. His a good friend of ours was handling him. He couldn't make it down there. So I go down and wrapping Danny's knees. And what you and I talked about last week with Chad is like how people
get ready
for a big lift. So I'm wrapping Danny's knees. We're on the stage and we're looking down at the audience. And I go to wrap him, get him up, and I'm like, fuck, I don't know. Does Danny get smacked? Does Danny get hit? I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
So we're on this clustered fucking stage, and I'm like, fuck it, let's gamble. And I crack Danny across his back.
Yeah.
Well, two things. A, Danny don't like being hit. Ooh. Didn't know this. Okay.
You had a 50-50 shot.
Yep.
Chose right.
Second mistake, I hit the motherfucker so hard, and we're in this clustered, we're on a bench, we got shit around us.
Yeah.
He stumbles forward, I'm walking forward, I almost stumble over him, me and him almost stumble on the fucking stage in front of the crowd.
Oh no.
Yeah. None of this would have happened had I known how to properly handle him and knowing that he does his own thing to get ready for a big lift. So that was.
Did he still get the lift?
Yeah, he got that lift. Right. Yeah, he got that lift. So that was good too. I was like, thank God I wasn't a part of him not making that lift.
Yeah.
So I think that was his last Raw meet. Correct me if I'm wrong, Danny. But that was like 3 or 4 years ago, I think it was. But anyway, so he's making his Raw showcase again at this meet.
Nice.
Yeah. So. Somebody else to watch out for.
Definitely. And then looking ahead a little bit further even, some guys from our gym are going to be competing at the Perfect Storm meet, which is coming up on May 29th and 30th.
Yep. That'll be Tommy's meet yet again up there.
I'll be the one doing the broadcast for it once again, so you can all be very excited to see the return of Austin Pistulka to the powerlifting play-by-play world, because it's been a year since then, and not quite a year. It was
almost a year. That was the end of June, so it'll be 11
just
months.
about, yeah.
But the reviews you got for
that was so much fun, man.
Yeah,
like,
for how you did that show were amazing.
Yeah, and it was. But the funniest thing, the thing that keeps coming up from that show is at Rebequita on Instagram, because the day of, I tried to get as much information about different lifters as possible, because, like Bob Merck was saying, like, hey, this is a big meet, and I'm like, I don't know who the fuck any of these people are. Because I'm new to this sport, so I didn't do my research ahead of time. Sorry, everybody. And so I'm like trying to get, all right, what's your Instagram handle? What's the, and everyone's in their own zone. So like some people are just shrugging me off because like they're like, I don't know who the fuck you are. Which makes sense. You're in competition mode. You're going out there. Like I don't blame anyone if they like brush me off. However, the people from our gym, obviously, I knew their Twitter or their Instagram handles. One of them is Becky, Ricky's girlfriend, fiance, wife, girlfriend. I don't know, but they just had an anniversary. Happy anniversary to Rebecca and Ricky. Anyway, but every time she went up, I would mention her Instagram handle. And so now every time that they walk in, they go, "Hey, Austin, it's at Ripakita on Instagram. You should go follow her."
That's funny. So, the thing about that, like, there's been so many meets that are live streamed. And what you did with Tommy's meet was you made it interesting, because if anybody, your live stream, or if you've ever been at a meet, they can get boring.
Absolutely.
I mean, what you did was you brought some life to us at home sitting, say we're here and we're watching the live stream over there. So you made it entertaining, and kept everybody, glued in to the lifters.
There's something to be said about, and it's because football is the same way.
Yeah.
When you think about a football, I don't mean to get too far off topic here. You're talking about upcoming meets, but when you think about when you're watching a football game on TV, there's 5 seconds of action, and then there's 30 seconds of dead time. Because in between plays, there's not a lot going on. And so you got to find ways to fill time with fun facts, with interesting stories.
Tommy loved it.
And
you got
that
a lot
was
of positive feedback.
Yeah.
And you made, it's good because, drawing, if that's what it takes to maybe draw more interest to the sport, you know what I'm saying? So now, like, okay, hey, maybe I don't lift, maybe I don't compete, and I'm watching them, oh, this motherfucker's funny. And Merck was there, and you two were feeding off each other, and now all of a sudden it's like, hey, this is fucking fun.
Yeah.
And now maybe you're gaining interest from your followers, your watchers, your audience. So that was also what was also pretty neat about it.
Yeah.
The potential to grab new people.
For sure. But back on topic, so we've got Buddy, Dylan, Noah,
Jeff, Jody, and Sean.
Jeff, Jody, and Sean.
Yeah,
Sean's got question marks next to him.
So I don't know if Sean's doing the meet, and this is just on the geared side. And the reason I highlighted that, because we're talking about big meets. This is a big qualifying meet to get these people qualified potentially for upcoming WPO of 2022.
And I see this in the group chat that we have constantly. Are all these guys going super heavyweight? Like, what the fuck?
No. So what we're joking around about. So we're literally taking a look at a bunch of different things here as a team, running the brackets for all the weight classes. So, like, joking around, like, we've got Buddy as a 275er right now based on his weight. Dylan would be a super heavyweight. Jeff, I think we could get to 198. Noah would come in at 220. Sean could do 242. And then we got Jody, that if we didn't do a 275, we could take a Masters 275. So we have
That's where you're going to go, probably? Masters?
So we're looking at that as a crew coming in and running the weight classes. But beyond that as well, the next thing is to get these guys qualified. And they stand a good chance based on the way training. We're talking about Dan Bell, based on when training's going, being consistent. And here's the difference sometimes between your training and gear. You're out there on meet day and weight cuts, and the way your suits and gear, which you've heard me mention before.
Yeah.
This is kind of the biggest difference between raw and gear. I'm consistent in here. Say I walk around a consistent 285. We talked last week about weight cuts.
Yeah.
Say I cut down to 275, and I got to get those 10 pounds on, and it doesn't go on. So now my briefs fit looser. Or maybe it does go on, or maybe I'm now fucking 290. Maybe I got a little too much salt and a little too much pasta.
Yeah.
Now I'm 290. Now my bench shirt fits different. And just so these things, I was consistent in training, and now I was inconsistent with my weight and how to get shit back on and get my gear to fit. So, the way these guys' training is going, fucking phenomenal. And we've got 3+ months to get them ready, so looking good for this meet.
And they're putting up big numbers right now. Like, I mean, we've talked about what they're doing on Sunday squat day and all that sort of stuff.
No, we got a good run at this.
Yeah.
At the weight classes, and then also to get a couple of them qualified for the WPO. So looking good
for sure.
So once again, that's May 29th and 30th up there in Holly Hill at Perfect Storm, Tommy's gym.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely. So be sure to follow Perfect Storm. Be sure to follow list off the different gyms that we just mentioned for the hybrid.
So hybrid performance down in Miami for the hybrid showdown February 21st and 20th.
Cohen's.
That's Steffi Cohen. And then you have Iron Compound February 20th. It's the Febral meet. That's ran by Sean and Claudia Knowles down in Fort Lauderdale. And then Tommy up in Holly Hill, Daytona at Perfect Storm. Her meets May 29th and 30th up there at her gym.
If you're a fan of people lifting heavy things, there's a lot coming up here shortly.
All three meets.
Yeah.
All 3 meets, you're going to see a lot of good lifting.
Definitely.
So.
Well, that does it for this week's episodes of the Stache and Beard Show. I'm Austin Pistulka. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Radio Guy Austin. You can find me on TikTok at Actually Average Alan Pilley.
You can find me on Instagram at Alan Pilley. Only one at that time.
Well done.
And also at Lady Juice Beard Oil. Either one of those, hit us up.
Yeah, Lady Juice Beard Oil, so you don't end up with bullshit like this. All right.
Yeah, pretty much.
So.
Yeah.
All right, folks. We'll see you next week. Thanks so much for joining us. Before you hit that, I've been forgetting to say this every single week. Hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe because it helps us out a ton. Every like we get is a big help to get more people to see the shit that we're doing. So like it, share it, subscribe, and hit the bell. Thank you so much. That's the Stache Beard Show for this week. Oh shoot, you caught me doing this? Twice now. Can't believe you. Nah, look. Welcome to my OnlyFans.
I would like to be off the show. This is the Stache Show.
Half stash today.
Half stash.
Because of shitty product use.
That's